All right, welcome back to the lunch table, Food for Thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, just a reminder, we're still in quarantine, so wear your mask. Also, Black Lives Matter. I'm just saying. If you didn't know, during this time, 88 Rising actually partnered with Globe. It's a mobile company based out in the Philippines, and they essentially created this label called Paradise Rising. Paradise Rising is essentially highlighting Filipino artists. They actually just dropped their project Semilucent, which, for lack of a better term, is a vibe. And they highlighted artists from Jason Decal, Layla Alcacid, Moofs, Messiah, Fern, and my next guest and friend of the lunch table, Kiana V. What up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I actually just watched the music video to Safe Place, and I mean, your outfits were on point, girl. I'm just saying.
I know they're way more frilly than I'm used to. Like, obviously, this is like normal Kiana.
Yeah.
And I remember trying on the dresses, and I was like, I wouldn't usually do this, but I'm down.
Yeah. Well, I
What
feel
else am I gonna do, right?
like
But
I feel like
thank you.
yeah, of course. Well, I feel like 88 Rising, whenever they present a new artist, they make sure that they are highlighted in the best way possible. So I'll say they did a really good job for you.
I know I had a really good time working with them, and they were so like I'm just so impressed by them, especially getting things done in the current state of the world. You
Yeah.
know, they were able to get things done really quick, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, so then when exactly did the music video shoot start? And you said they essentially got it out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, no. So I'm like looking at my calendar right now. We shot the video like on July 14th, and it was done by the 19th.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really
they
fast.
released it last weekend. So I was really shocked because I remember just like, yes, we got that video done. I'm gonna relax this weekend, and they were like, all right, we need you to approve this and approve that because it's gonna be up. It's gonna be done by Sunday. I was like, what? You guys work this quickly, but I'm so impressed by them. They know exactly what they want to do, and obviously they go out and get it.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. So, I think the last time I spoke to you, like, I'm not sure if these talks with 88 Rising was even a thing. So, how did your affiliation with them even come about?
um, that it wasn't a thing at all. Actually, this, like I said, it was really fast. So I found out about their interest in the song in like June.
Of 2019.
Uh, so I recorded the song in November of last year, and we had, I'm with Tarsier Records, and so we had a plan for um, what we were gonna do with the song, and then out of nowhere, they messaged me and they're like, "All right, we got, we may have gotten 88 Rising on board for this."
Wow.
So I'm like, what? I was screaming for like 20 minutes straight. I swear, screaming in my bedroom, ran out, woke up my cousin. I'm like, oh my God, guess what happened? We started screaming together. And yeah, really unexpected. Did not see it coming at all. But it's just one of those things. It's just such like an amazing surprise and
Yeah.
twist.
So I'm assuming that you've gotten to have conversations with the founder, Sean.
I've been not really. I've been like more in talks with the creative team
Okay.
who helped me out with, the music video and all of that. And just I'm such a huge fan of all of their work. I mean, working with them, it was definitely something that I'm not used to because most of the things that I've been working on, I do in the Philippines, and uh it's just nice. Like, it's obviously a different culture, different work environment, especially with COVID and all that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was such a great experience.
I feel like when people think of like Asians in general, right, they're going to think about like Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Filipinos are kind of left out of the picture, right? we're kind of like the other Asians.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
So, even going to the 88 Rising Festival last year, they had Manila Killa. And
Mhm.
I was like, okay, cool. They recognize that Filipinos are part of this Asian community. So when Paradise Rising became a thing, I was like, great. Now Filipinos are finally getting that global recognition that I feel like we deserve because we're so talented. But from your perspective, like, what does it mean to you that the Philippines is finally being represented on that global scale through Paradise Rising?
Man, it means the world to me because I know that, so many who came before me in this industry have been trying to get the world to listen to us and to prove that, we have what it takes to join everyone on the world stage. And so just to be part of this project, I mean, it's not so much about me, but more like what we're standing for and what we're trying to achieve as artists from the Philippines. It's just we want to raise the flag, and you're right, there are so many talented people in the Philippines and they're just waiting for their shot. You know what I mean? It brings me so much pride because I mean, we've been working on this for years and years and years and years. In fact, like the guy who produced my song Does She Know, and that came out like 3 years ago. Um, he and his wife were like, they started this wave of R&B and pop in the Philippines like 10 years ago, maybe even more. And I think he said it all the time back then that maybe it just wasn't the right time, and I feel like now is the right time. So it's kind of crazy. That's why it's such an honor, because I know that so many people came before me trying to do the same thing, and all of a sudden, like now with technology and a group like 88 Rising that believes in the Filipino talent,
Mm-hmm.
it's finally possible.
It's so weird how you said that, because you're essentially describing the sound of semilucent, right? And that sound's been around for like, you're saying that sound's been around for like at least 10 years, but like it really just popped off in
Forever. I mean, yeah, there's so much talent in the Philippines, so much talent, and it's always kind of been kept. Um, I mean, at least this sound has always been more of the underground sound, hip hop and R&B and pop R&B. Um, and now finally, it's like, hey, it's our turn.
like finally we can wear that red, blue, and yellow like so proudly, like yes, we're here.
Yeah.
You know what I will commend 88 Rising for too, because I mean literally you were the only person on this Paradise Rising lineup. So I went and did my research on everyone else, and I'm just like, no, like, I think you're the biggest name on there, and everyone
Mm.
else is kind of like just really underground. And I'm like, thank you. Like, not only are you looking for just Filipino artists, but it's like just pure talent, and it has nothing to do with like big numbers or anything like that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like, I mean, for you to think that I'm a big name is, thank you. But also, just, I feel like because you know me and we've hung out before, and obviously my music's been on your radar.
Mhm.
But yeah, I totally agree. The fact that they are paying attention to the talent over, like the hype or what's big right now. I think that's something that I can totally appreciate and I can respect from 88 Rising. And I think that's how they've grown too. Is they're able to invest, I guess, in artists that they really believe in, and they push them and lift them up. And yeah, I can't believe that the Philippines has finally gotten their shot.
So, the project really only has like 7 artists featured on there. Is there anyone that you feel like um, still deserves that recognition, even though they're not on Paradise Rising?
Wow, there's so many.
Like, who are
I
your
have like
favorites?
a whole wave of names flashed right now. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Oh my God.
Alphabetical. Just give us A through Z. Nah.
Man, there's so many.
Like, who are your favorites? Like, you hop in the car, you're like, oh, I gotta listen to my friend right now.
Right, Jason is like my favorite.
Jason DeCal.
Like, yeah, I listen to him constantly. I always message him. I'm like, this song. Now I'm in love with this one. Yesterday I was in love with this one. But there is this group called, or it's like a duo, Isango, really good. Claudia. Who else is there? There's so many. Gosh, oh, the Bawal Clan is really good.
Bawal Clan? That
Bawal
sound
Clan.
like, just off what you told me, they kind of sound like the Migos.
You can check them out. They're super, super sick. There's a lot. I even have like a playlist. I have playlists on my Spotify called Quarren Queens and Quarren Kings, and like it's all just Filipino artists that I've been listening to on repeat throughout this lockdown. So yeah, you guys could check that out if you want to know who I really think you think. And I constantly add people onto that because I get messages from my friends like, you'll listen to this one or listen to this person, and then there's just so much undiscovered talent still. Yeah. Like from not just from Manila, like Cebu, Davao, like all these different islands, and people forget like,
people forget the Philippines is like what, 8,000 islands or something like that.
7,107 islands.
Ooh. Okay, you put me in my place. 7,100 and
7,107.
7,107. Okay. That's easy to remember.
Yeah.
So Kiana, like again, I love Safe Place, and I like that the album Semilucent ended with that. So what was the inspiration behind the song?
It's kind of funny how the song came about. So I was in the studio with Harb and Felicia King, and I had the first two lines where I was just like, all right, oh, the after party's dying, and the only thing I'm craving is you. And I was like, well, it could go two different ways, right? It could be like you're dying to go meet up with someone that you just started to hang out with, and there's that kind of like addictive flame going on between you guys, or you're like, you want to go see someone that you might maybe shouldn't see, like someone that's become more like a habit. And we eventually drifted towards that kind of feeling where the night is kind of slowing down. You're still out, but it's that quiet where you're like, man, I have to go home now, and I have to go home, and I'm gonna be alone, but I kind of want to see this person from my past just because that's comfortable. And like, and then you get into that process of thinking about the what ifs, and maybe if I did this better, or if you did this better, it would have worked out. Maybe you would have stayed. And so that's really like more the story. That was the headspace of that song.
Yeah, that sounds like a couple sleepless nights. Like, when you're just like in your bed and you're just like,
or like, no, it's the worst is you're having like a great night, and slowly people are starting to leave, and you're like, oh, well, now I'm thinking about it because I know I'm going to go home and be alone, and like, maybe I'm going to give him a call. Maybe I shouldn't give him a call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know everyone's been there. So it felt like the right move to go in that direction. And yeah.
Well, I mean, the best songs that Filipinos relate to are the ones that get really close to the heart. The ones that make you the ones that make you like emote and all that. So it's like I'm listening to Safe Place, and I'm just I shit you not, I was listening to it like probably at 11 o'clock last night, and I'm over here just like, damn. What's the word? Nakikigigil?
Nakakagigil.
Nakakagigil. Did I use it correctly?
Well, I mean, what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say like, damn, it kind of just like, it like got my heart, and it just went like this.
Okay, so that's like hugot. That's like oof, pain.
Oh,
Felt that.
I felt that. But I love this song, and so I do have to ask, like, is there music coming up with you and like any of your label mates or like 88 Rising in general?
Right now we're in like a planning period, trying to figure out what the next move should be.
Mm.
Also, like the studio that I work out of has been closed since like April. So if I'm being completely honest, I have an album waiting to be produced or an EP waiting. I don't know yet where it's gonna go, but um, there is gonna be more music coming for sure.
Okay.
As to who's gonna be collaborating with me or where it's gonna come out, that I'm not sure of yet.
Mm.
It's all back to the drawing board, especially now with like there are like barely any flights in and out of Manila, and
Yeah.
with LA kind of shutting down again. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like we need to catch a break. But I
Yeah.
you know I do remember a couple months ago I did actually see you working in the studio with Satica. I need that.
Right.
I need that. I'm telling you, I'm a fan of both of you.
We released our single Ambrosia. I
Hmm.
don't know if you heard it.
I don't think I heard that one.
Oh my
I'm
God. I
sleeping
think you're
then.
gonna love that
I'm gonna
one.
listen to
So
it right after.
right. So since the start of the year, since December, I released Hide My Love, No Rush, Corners, Ambrosia, and now Safe Place. And I do have one more in the works with Billy Davis, who um, also produced No Rush. So
Mm.
that's, and that one with Billy Davis is another like 11 p.m. kicker. It's one of those like, or maybe let's make it 3 a.m. Just like, why am
You
I
know what?
thinking this?
When I'm listening
But
to your music and it hits me that same way, I'm gonna just DM you like, "Oh my god, dude! Like you're gonna hit me again."
all I'm gonna say is, I know. Yeah, I
Oh.
have that song out with Sati, and it's oh, that's another really good one that I love so much.
All right, well, I gotta hop on that. So the last question I do gotta ask you, Kiana, like, let's say you're at like a family party and whatnot, everyone's drunk, everyone has the karaoke. What's the first song that you sing once you hop on karaoke?
Oh my gosh. It depends. If people are asking me to sing, like, Yana, go, 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 do it. Usually it'll be like If I Ain't Got You by
Ooh,
Alicia Keys. But if it's just me being stupid and like having a good time, it'll probably be Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
okay, I like it.
That's me just like screaming, holding the mic. Yeah.
Guaranteeing that 99 on the magic mic. I see you. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for stopping by, Kiana.
Oh,
Really
thanks for
appreciate
having me.
you.
Oh,
Everybody check out semilucent. Oh, I do got to get you on the Instagram though. Um, 1 second. Oh yeah, I also got to get you posing. Can you do a pose really quick for the thumbnail? Oh, just
oh,
pose.
you froze.
Oh yeah,
You
just
froze
pose
for
for
one
the
second.
thumbnail.
Pose.
Yeah, perfect. Kiana V back at it with the lunch table. You feel me? Paradise Rising. Thank you, Kiana. Take care. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me again.
Of course, anytime.
Hope to do it again soon.